Hi, my name is Jack McCloy. I'm now doing the maintenance for Kermit's flying airplanes. I started with Kermit back in 1993 as his director of maintenance and AI. Worked on pretty much all the airplanes that flew until 2007 when I left and, as Kermit says, off on another journey. Um, Spent a little while around the country working on Mustangs and Grumman duck up in Alaska. Kermit and I had some conversation about a year or so ago and came back here about a year ago to help Kermit out get some airplanes flying again. We've got the Sikorsky S-39 flying now, and it's here for an annual inspection. It's due. We've got the BT-15 ready to test fly. Then we've got the Curtiss CW-19. It had some prop issues. We're getting it sorted out. We're waiting on some parts, and it'll be ready to fly. We'll walk around and show you what we're doing. Here we have the BT-15. The restoration's been completed on it, and it's ready to test fly. Kermit had some issues with the engine, and I did as well. It's a very old, overhauled engine, so we did a lot of ground runs with it, checking oil screens and more ground runs and high power runs, and everything looks pretty good. It's ready for a test flight right now. So let's go take a look at the next project. It's Curtiss CW-19. Yeah, this is the Curtiss CW-19. It's been assembled. I just went through and did the inspection on it. It's got a prop cable that was taking both hands and both feet to move, so we're waiting on a new one of those to come in, and then it'll be ready to run. This airplane is very unique and has a very unique aileron system. We'll get Kermit to give you a description of that when he gets ready to fly it and does his Kermie Cam. This is a very interesting airplane just from my standpoint, because I happened to be at Oshkosh when this airplane came to the fly-in the first time, and it struck me as being very unique. And then now to come back and be able to get to work on it, it's a really neat experience. So with that, let's go look at the C Model Mustang. This is the C Model Mustang. When I came in, the radiator was out of the airplane, and it was pretty well opened up. Radiator sits right about in here. So we put the radiator back in, went through the rest of the airplane, got all the hoses hooked up, and it's ready to inspect. If Kermit decides to fly it, we would really like to see it flying again. So I was involved in the initial test flights on this airplane and inspections when it first came here, when we first got it. This is a very special airplane to me. We're working on the annual on the Sikorsky right now. The airplane didn't have an emergency gear extension, at least an operating emergency gear extension. So we changed some plumbing and got that to work. Did some radio work inside, so Kermit now has a push-to-talk switch that operates, and he can talk to the ground when he wants to. We're replacing some about 50-year-old spark plugs in the rear of the engine. the spark plugs are almost impossible to get out on this airplane and on the rear, and it's time. So we're changing them out now. So it's just about ready. Another 3 or 4 days, and she'll be back airworthy again. So that gives you a little background about what we're doing here and what we're going to be doing in the next few months. And as far as my background goes and why I do this, I started flying when I was 15, soloed at 16. I got my pilot's license at 17, and immediately out of high school, I went to a tech school and got my mechanics rating. So it's been, since 1977, I've been working on airplanes and flying them since before that, as well as being an aircraft owner. It's always been a dream of mine to fly, and maintaining them has been just a part of that dream as well. With that, and that's what keeps me doing this, look for a lot more airplanes that we're going to be working on, plus a lot more flying. Stay tuned.